Good evening and a warm welcome to all the lovely audience who have tuned in to watch us live today. I'm Sharmishta Parmar, the admin of Parent Station Ahmedabad, and I welcome you all on today's book review. Yes, we all want to be the best parent, but often there is lots of conflict and many advices. And so here we are. Let's thank our founder and director, Ms. Harsha Ramaya, for creating such a wonderful platform for parents where we are there to help you out in each and every way. As today is Wednesday, we have come up with a book review. Reading plays a very important role in a child's life. We all know that. And today, for a book review, we have with us Ms.Souberi Chakroborty, who is an educator and a storyteller and a writer too. She's fond of exploring the world of stories. Reading is her passion, and today she's going to share a book review with us. Over to you, Shoberi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the introduction. And good evening and hello, everyone, those who tuned in today. I am going to give you a book review of the book The Big Umbrella. Isn't it fantasy? Is not the name of the book fantasizing? Well, it is written by Amy Bates and Juniper Bates. But one more interesting thing that might surprise you that when this book was written, Juniper Bates was just a sixth grader. And Bates is the daughter of Amy Bates. And both the mother daughter duo wrote an amazing, polite book filled with kindness just for the perfect age group. The book, The Big Umbrella, is specifically for the age group from senior KG approx grade 2. It is a picture book and has very beautiful, strong, yet appealing visuals, pictures in that. Now, with the very title, you might understand the big umbrella is talking about an umbrella. This umbrella is a bright red color which easily attracts the attention. Now, before I go in much more details of the book, let me tell you a little about the author. Amy June Bates. She is a freelance children book illustrator, and she is very famous and best known for his watercolor and ink illustrations, which is quite evident in this very book, The Big Umbrella. And her graphic designs have been described as uncluttered and inviting. As I told you earlier, the visuals are quite appealing and it's best for the age group. It's best for the younger ones. Now, Bates was the daughter of Bill and Howley Barrett. She was raised in Utah and earned her bachelor's degree in illustration from Brigham Young University. She worked for the Waterford Institute, where she created art for more than 20 early readers. As a freelance artist, she has illustrated the book covers of Beach House by Dana Caswell, Waiting for the Magic by Patricia McLachlan, Red Butterfly by A.L. Sonishin, and so on. She has also worked for HarperCollins. Now, let's move a little. We know that how interesting and talented our writer is now, so you can expect the book to be equally interesting. What is the theme of this book? Why? Let us get in deep details into why we should read it and why it is evident for these little ones. This book, first and foremost, as I tell you, and I'm telling you repeatedly, is visually appealing. And we all know that visual learning helps majority of the children to develop creative thinking and analyze the content better, to remember better. So, being a picture book, the book has wide illustrations, very clean and clear, easy to understand, with a little of the write ups. The story goes on with each page when you turn, and it's very beautiful and interesting. The very first lines, the very first page starts with the line, "It is a big, friendly umbrella." With the very sentence, I guess you will be able to understand when it says that this umbrella is friendly. The book continues with this kindness and politeness throughout. There are other sentences as "it is a rainy day," so you can understand it is a setting. So when we are talking about umbrella, it has to protect us from something, right? And umbrella, other than heat, definitely protect us from rain. So it's a rainy day and help is welcome. So this umbrella now starts helping each and everyone. Now, when you read this book, you will be able to easily make out that it teaches the very younger ones to overcome diversities, overcome discrimination, basically. um at the end of the event, at the end of the book, even we get also get a broader picture where we can see that the umbrella is only expanding and expanding with whomever he is coming, whomever it is coming across, and letting everyone in. And it shows that how big and branching it can be, and it just lets everyone come in one by one, and it do not say a no. And that is the most interesting part, and this is how it says that this we have space for everyone, and we should be open from our heart, and we should be helpful. And it also do not discriminate between human being and animal. Moreover, it also do not discriminate between different type of human beings at the same time. It shows someone with a black jogger, someone with a hijab, someone in a very different type of attire, and with animal, with feet, the ducks, and then there is a dog, and like that way there are so many other illustrations which shows that everyone, whoever comes across, they can take shelter under this big umbrella, and no one can be missed out. Everyone has a little space around us. So it gives a very positive meaning. Once you read it to the young ones, it might definitely remain somewhere in their mind. And this is how they can, grow up with the morals and values that we always want to put in our children. Now, before we go to much more details and I talk about a few more sentences as well, let us see how this book has been reviewed by a few others as well. I'll just give you a few sentences. The Kirkus reviews says that this book is a subtle, deceivably simple book about inclusion, hospitality, and welcoming the others. As I've just described, you can totally understand how it screams of togetherness, that we are all one. No matter we look different, no matter we wear different, we might speak differently, but we might not be even look somewhere nearby. So a duck is there, as I told you, a dog is there, so we can still be together under one roof. And sometimes we can also metaphorically say that, under this big sky we all live together, that way. Now the book lists, they says this book is a boundlessly inclusive spirit. This open-ended picture book creates a natural springboard for discussion. How beautifully written. Now, the final one I would read out from the School Library Journal. The School Library Journal says that this sweet extended metaphor uses an umbrella to demonstrate how kindness and inclusion work. A lovely addition to any library collection for classroom use or for sharing at home. So imagine you're taking your kids to bed and you're talking about something so positive. It definitely radiates. Now, let's go further and figure out that why we should read it. Yes. As I always already said you the illustration, we have already discussed the umbrella. Now the umbrella, this beautiful umbrella, it meets the readers on a rainy day. Imagine how it will feel. We see it waiting patiently by the front door as a young child grabs it. This is how the book proceeds. Okay, the young child grabs it on their way outside. Okay, and all the things are told in a very simple way, in very simple one sentences. Okay, and this big umbrella, it is a beautiful and reassuring picture book about friendship. We talked about kindness, we talked about politeness, we talked about inclusiveness, we talked about hospitality, right? And I think being Indians, we believe in welcoming guests happily, and we cherish those moments, right? So again, this book is a quite reassuring thing for the same. And now it also talks about friendship. Yes, we meet each other, we see each other, we become friends, and we give them a little space under our roof or under our kindness, our friendship as well. Now, the book also describes that this umbrella also likes you the way you are and wants you to come in from the rain. So when something is not very favorable to us, but we need to have a shelter, we need to look for a positive direction. This is the perfect place. So the umbrella is a perfect place. It's the positivity radiating. Okay, and the entire book has a very calm and happy tone. Very calm and happy tone. Yes, it's a wonderful mix of realism with fantasy, and that makes it engaging, uplifting, and full of wonder. It expertly walks the line of impossible and possible. So you can imagine feathery feet under the umbrella along with a ballerina. There is a ballerina, there is a hairy feathery feet, there are these little ducks, there is this someone with a raincoat on, someone is fat, someone is thin, someone is short, but they're all standing under this one umbrella, and they were happy and they were communicating. It does not show that way, but it shows somewhere that they were communicating and they were under this one roof. Yeah, there is no conflict in the big umbrella. So there is no, this is a very, as I said earlier, it's an open-ended book. So there is no conflict. This is not like other stories which will have a climax reaching and then there is a solution coming down. That is generally a story, definitely. That is how a story is written, definitely. But this book is a little different. It does not reach a climax and then it comes down to a solution. It has a very happy and calming tone from the beginning till ending, and it has no conflict in it. It has no conflict in it. Okay, and there is nothing sad or scary as well. So in this book you will find nothing scary or sad at the same time. And it talks about the joy of caring for and including all people. Yes, and by the time it reaches the last page, it shows many different kinds of families from different walks of life, all spending time together in a park. It makes you smile. It's like a happy feeling. It's like, again, inclusion with family. Yes. Now this big umbrella shows some of the best thing about life and humanity in a universal and in a very tender manner. Okay, it's a wonderful book to read to the little ones. And this image of the red umbrella in itself is so charming and so magnetic. You see, there's a gloomy background set. As I told you, it's beautifully illustrated. So you see the background is quite gloomy and rainy. You know, it's a city landscape and it's gloomy and it's raining. And on this stands against it the big and bright red umbrella. Yes. So, as I told, yes. So it's charming and it's lovely and it's like a magnet, which visually attracts the children. So not only children, but even when we read it, the book is so lovely that we would also like to read it one again and again and again. Okay, even after reading it regularly for weeks, it never gets old. Okay, and it feels like, as I told you, it radiates positivity, so it always feels positive. Okay. Okay. So now let me come to a conclusion. Yes, and let me tell you that why this big umbrella can be an excellent choice for your own home library or maybe your school library, especially your home library, taking to your little ones. This is a ideal bedtime book. As I told you, I'm just being repetitive. That is an ideal bedtime book, and this can send off your children in a very happy sleep, with a very happy mood. And they might even come across, when they get up in the morning, they might emit the same radiation, the positivity that the book radiates. And yes, as I've told you, that if you're looking for a picture book that can give you a complete feeling of inclusion, of kindness, of politeness, of imparting that Vasudevaya Kutumbakam. I hope I'm just spelling it correct. If we want those moral and values in our children, there is nothing good than this book. And I guess with that, I would like to end this book review here. And I'm looking forward that you might get this book, and definitely you yourself will start reviewing that how your children love this book. Thank you so much.
Wow, Shobiri, that was, you were just giving me the reviews, and I was just imagining the pages, that how beautiful and how the pictures would have been. Like, it was just, I was imagining each and every picture in my mind, and I totally agree with you. It's going to be a very good read for the children. The welcoming attitude, not discriminating anyone, whether any color, caste, creed, and teaching so many values, and no conflict in these books. So thank you so much. It's a wonderful book review, and I'm sure our parents are going to buy one and read this book for their children. Thank you, Shoberi, for
Definitely.
joining us today and giving us the book review. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much.